All right, so that's where we stopped. Basically, you guys had dinner, got some drinks in the Stonehill Inn, right in the middle of town, and you guys found out that there was an adventurer too over at the Orchard, which is Darren Ettermath. So there's quite a few things that you guys found out. Actually, you guys have those Lion Shield Koster supplies. You have to go, Sildar, you brought him back, so he's basically given you a reward from the town master, Harbin Wester. You also know that there is a missing person too here that Sildar was supposed to meet, which is this Arno Glassstaff or whatever his name is. Arno, what is his name? Oh, Glassstaff is the guy that is the leader. See, I've read this 3 times and I have all these names. So Glassstaff is supposedly the leader of the Red Brand thugs that are kind of shaking everybody down, all the proprietors and business owners here. Now, Arno Albrecht, that's right, yeah, Elbrick, he's the one that Sildar was supposed to meet here in Phandalin. But some time ago, probably a couple months ago, Arno disappeared and is no longer found. So that's why Sildar was sent to Phandalin. He doesn't know if Iron is dead or what. So you have that to worry about. Man, there's all kinds of stuff. There's a couple of rewards you have to find. So wow. Next morning, everybody's had a full rest. I'll tell the combat tracker that you guys have had a long rest. You guys are good to go. All your spell slots back, features, half your hit dice heals, etc. So
there's one thing I want to do before sometime during the night. I want to go to Whim's room and sneak up, and if I can peek under the door or something and just do a druid craft where I can have the sound of a barking dog as loud as I can do it inside while he's sleeping.
Nice.
And just under the door where I can see, just make this loud barking dog go off. Woof, 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 woof.
I like that. Especially seeing he's a tabaxi. That is pretty clever there, Laddie Bear.
Oh, he would jump right out of bed.
I probably think you would too, especially if it was projected in the middle of the room and it being so loud. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up,
Look
Gambo?
around
Good
what
to see
the
you.
hell?
Bubonic. Hey everybody, what's going on?
And I'm just laughing outside the door. I forgot to run away.
So Wim walks over to the door and opens up.
Oh.
You think this is funny?
What?
Is this funny to you?
What's funny?
I'm confused.
Good night.
Good night.
And I start walking away.
All of a sudden, a ballista bolt comes through the door and hits you, Laddie Bear. Like 100 damage. Pow.
Is the bar still open?
Sure. I would probably say no, but it's in the middle of the night. What are you wanting to do?
Yeah. Just have a drink. Have some food.
Sure. You go down there, and the proprietor of the bar, Toblin, he's down there. His wife isn't down there, or his son isn't down there. He's just kind of cleaning up still. They just closed probably an hour ago, and he told his wife and son to go up, and he gets you a drink, though, if you want a drink. He gets you a drink. He's just cleaning up, though. Everything's closed and stuff, so.
Yeah, Wim is wide awake now after that.
He says, you can't sleep, huh?
No, I'll take a dark beer with some milk.
That is a strange combination, I'm going to have to say. And he gets you a glass of milk and an ale. A dwarvish ale.
Then he starts lapping it up.
So what are your goals here in Phandalin? Are you going to try to strike it rich, mining ore, or what are you here for? Adventure, or?
The party?
Yes, all of you and your friends. Yes, the Lord's Alliance is paying your bill, so I figured you're probably some type of secretive syndicate, or maybe spies or something. I don't know. We don't get guests like you very often. Usually they're just miners and travelers. People looking to make a fast buck in here, and a fast gold here in Phandalin.
I'm not sure of all the goals of this party, but I just joined them not too long ago. I'm actually out looking for my sister. Have you seen one of my kind around these parts?
Not around these parts. What, is your sister missing or something? Was she kidnapped by aliens, or...?
She went missing some time ago, but we have no idea why.
Don't see many of your type around here. I mean, everybody's welcome, of course, but, you know, seeing a catman like yourself, that's quite rare indeed. I'm surprised that, well, actually, I'm really not surprised, but I'm surprised that the Red Brands haven't shaken you down yet.
Yes, we haven't seen any yet, but I'm sure we will soon.
Yes, you probably will. The more that you're here, the longer that they see you. They have eyes everywhere, it seems. But they usually try to give everyone protection here in Phandalin. Protection from some ancient dragons or something. There hasn't been a dragon in these parts since Thunder Tree Ruins, several miles to the north, when Rigby and his group of adventurers, they slayed Venomfang. That's been the last dragon in the area, and that was 40 years ago.
Perhaps we will inquire about these dragons when we run across the Red Brands.
Well, if you can take care of the Red Brands, I'm sure every one of the proprietors and businessmen and women here in Phandalin would appreciate you, and I'm sure you would probably be compensated as well.
Yes, I appreciate your service. Have a good night.
Enjoy your milk, kitty cat.
He also has some weird quirks. He scratches himself a lot.
Kind of like itching his neck and stuff.
Please.
Yeah, like that old samurai movie. He's just kind of scratching his chest and his head all the time.
Ugh. Is anybody else doing anything tonight? Anybody making a pit stop over to see Brunhilda? No, I'm just kidding. All right, so the next morning comes. Toblin and his wife and his son are putting all of the breakfast, the eggs, the sausages, the bacons, the muffins, the fruits, the vegetables, the soups, everything else on the little smorgasbord buffet bar that they have there. So you guys get fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
Are there any turkey legs left?
There are no turkey legs. Not this morning. But, however, Toblin remembers you as a turkey leg connoisseur, and he says that he has one left over from last night that he'll gladly warm up for you really quick if you'd like it.
Oh. Yes, thank you, sir.
Sure. So he sends his wife back there to get that. She was going back there to get some other stuff anyway, so he asks you if there's anything you need to drink. He gets it for you. And there are quite a few patrons in the I guess you could say the banquet room. And there's all kinds of a whole mix of races, humans, a couple elves, some dwarves. They all look like the mining crowd, that is for sure. So it's pretty active in here, pretty busy. There's quite a few people in here. As you're kind of looking around, you see several individuals. It looks like a priest, a female priest. Looks like she's just walking out, actually. She grabbed something and actually just kind of grabbed a couple of muffins to go. She kind of looks kind of roughed up, though. Looks like she got into some kind of fight or something like that. There's a couple of other women. There's a couple of miners in here. There's a couple of farmers. And, yeah. What are you guys doing this morning? But it is, like I said, it is pretty busy in here.
Brandisek's just coming in. He had been out bright and early for his morning sacraments, his morning rituals.
Okay.
And he comes into the banquet room and he's like, "Oh, are you guys just getting out of bed? You've missed the best part of the day." It's almost like you're lazy.
What? I say with a big mouthful of turkey.
I say I've been up for hours. Did you just now come down to eat breakfast?
Well, yeah. It's breakfast time now. Why are you up so early?
It's practically lunchtime. I'm always up for the dawn. I have to be, of course.
Well, why's that?
And because Lathander, the Morning Lord, that's my god. Never mind.
Oh, Morning Lord. I see.
Yeah, not that kind of morning.
Well, I just noticed you were always sad. I assumed.
You're sad.
Oh my gosh. Well,
okay.
Well, now that you're all finally up, what
my
is
father.
the plan for today? What are we going to do?
Why don't everybody give me a perception check really quick? Everybody's down there in the banquet hall, right? Eating breakfast and enjoying the fruits and vegetables and everything else out there. The bacon. I'm going to Bacon Fest next month. I'm going to the 13th and the 14th. I'm going to El Paso Con, and then on the 15th I'm going to Bacon Fest. That is going to be one hell of a weekend right there, buddy.
Wow.
Oh, Bacon Fest, yeah. Yep. Soul Laddie Bear and Whim, you guys are here in a. Where are you guys at? Are you guys at a table? Or are you at the bar?
Yeah,
I'm at the buffet line if there is one.
Sure.
Something different on each claw.
Well, so Laddie and Whim, you guys are close enough together to where you hear a couple of miners, and they're chatting, and they're actually chatting pretty loud, and you hear them say, "Oh, these stupid orc raiders, they've been basically raiding all of the different caravans that are going throughout all the caverns there on the Tribor Trail." He says, "Oh man, I really hope Harbin Wester, the town master, really finds someone to run those dastardly orcs off. They're costing me all kinds of gold out of my pocket, and I don't like to spend gold, especially on orcs."
Well, Ladith will lean over and say, "What? Oh, orcs? You have trouble with orcs?"
Aye.
And where at, did you say? I couldn't help overhear your conversation.
Oh, of course, it's on the Tribor Trail.
Yes, we just came in along the Tribor Trail from Neverwinter.
Well, this is to the east. This is actually on the Tribor Trail heading towards Tribor to the east. And a lot of my caravans and my colleagues' caravans, you see, we're miners. And, we're trying to revitalize Phandalin and, bring the prosperous times back to this small town. And every time we go out to do work, seems like one of us are getting ransacked by these stupid orcs. I think there's some kind of bounty or reward out from the harbor, from the town master, Harbin Wester.
Oh, I think we did see a sign out for these orcs. How long have they been bothering you?
It's been probably about 2 months now. They're costing me coin, I tell you. I'm a lover, not a fighter, or I'd go out and slay them myself. But, unfortunately, I'm a miner.
Yes, it looks like you'd have a rough time for either.
Yeah, he looks pretty roughed up too, probably from a barroom brawl or something.
Yeah, you said Harbin Wester is the one to see about this bounty?
He is. He's right here in the middle of town.
Well, do they attack during the daytime, just out in the open?
They attack at night. They attack during the day. They attack in the morning. They're always keeping an eye on that trail. Seems like they have scouting parties out there at all times. I mean, we've even tried to sneak past them at night, and they still find us. So, it's getting to the point to where I can't afford to buy any more wagons or mining picks or shovels.
We may have to look into this.
Well, I would appreciate it, and my colleagues would appreciate it.
Yes. Well, what was your name, sir, so that I may be able to find you again once we have looked into this?
Aye, my name is Tannen from the Thunderminer clan.
Tannen from the Thunderminer clan. Well met.
Well met. That's right, Tanon, and that's Tanon. Everybody spells it I-N, but it's an O-N, and it's the Thunderminer clan.
Yes, okay, I will remember that. Tanon, Tanon, not I-N. This is a very long name, you know. Thunderminer.
So I've been told.
Sounds. We will look into this. I am sure we will get to the bottom of this.
Well, I'm sure Harbin will have a reward for ye. Thank you, mate. And he just kind of turns around and gets a chuckle. And, you know, you can kind of hear him say, these guys are going to get rolled over by those orcs.
Oh, Frantisek, what were you saying?
I was asking what we're going to do. I've been waiting up for you guys for hours. I don't know why you insist on wasting so much of the day. Well, when you are all finished with your breakfast,
I don't know, Keith, that's a good question.
I'll be over at the...
it just came off of the top of my head.
The shrine to Tamora across the way. Just try to hurry up. I'm getting a little bit impatient with y'all.
All right, I think we're going to return some supplies to the Lion Shield Koster and then to Parthen's Provisions, if I remember right.
Hurry up and stuff your faces. Let's go.
Okay.
And with that, I'll head out and head over to the shrine that I noticed.
Oh, sure.
Wim flicks a little bit of strawberry at his back as he's leaving.
Trelina, old Toblin's wife, she gives you a to-go bag, like a little doggy bag. She says, fill it up and take it with you if you're gonna hang around town. Take it neat if you want.
Awesome.
Many thanks.
So,
your husband, he really says you're the best cook in Phandalin.
Well, you heard right. Everything that you ate this morning, I whipped up myself. Even the fresh muffins, and the biscuits, and the croissants, and the loaves of bread. Everything.
Squall, did you come in to eat?
I even cut up a couple of rather large big melons this morning too. Never mind. That's so stupid. Okay, so who wanted to go to the Shrine of Luck? I think it was Frantisek?
Yeah, that was me. I was just going to go over there as I waited for everybody else to finally get going in the morning.
Sure. We'll say that you head over there really quick. And, you know, this is it looks like, or it appears to be, Frantisek, that it is the only temple, and it's actually a rather small temple, and it's made of a lot of old, dirty stones, and probably taken from some type of ruin or something like that, because a lot of the blocks actually look like they've been cut a long time ago. And like I told you last time, there was a little sign out there dedicated to Ternora, the goddess of luck and good fortune. And the door is open, and it says, "All worshippers welcome."
So yeah, I'll just head on in and make my. As a priest of Lathander, I would know the proper gesticulations or what have you to make and symbols to make with my hands or whatever, and I'd go in and I'll toss a gold piece into the collection right there. You know?
Sure. And the Reverend stands up and says, "Throw the money in the cup." Oh yeah. So as you walk in, and you see a middle-aged woman on her knees praying in front of the altar, and when you throw in your coin, it catches her attention and kind of startles her a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. How rude of me. I didn't see you come in. I didn't even hear you." And she's an elf, and she stands up, and this is the woman that you had seen earlier in the morning, probably about an hour or so, 45 minutes ago, getting a couple of bran muffins and some fruits, and coming out. And this is Sister Gorel. She introduces herself as that, and it looks like she's been roughed up a little bit. So she welcomes you to the Shrine of Luck. And
oh well, Sister Gorel, I didn't mean to disturb your reverie. I simply wanted to come
not a problem.
and pay my respects, and as a fellow priest, I know we. I think Phandalin could use some luck, and so I hope Tamora blesses this little town.
Well, we are blessed to have you here in Phandalin. And she says, yes, we could use a little bit of luck because we've had a bit of misfortune here. We've got these stupid red brands, and they keep they torment everyone here in Phandalin, and everyone is too scared to do anything about it. Even our town master, Harvin Wester, I don't know if he's in the pocket of the red brands or what, but he just lets them go, and she's starting to get more fired up by this point, and you can tell that she's really, starting not be aggressive, but she's excited about wanting to take care of these red brands that are here in Phandalin.
Well, Sister Corell,
yes.
You're not the first to tell us of this gang of miscreants. Why has the town not banded together and tossed them out?
Because of what happened to our woodworker a couple of 10 days ago or 10 days ago. They killed him, and they displayed his body in the middle of Phandalin and said this would happen to anyone else that would basically be outspoken towards these red brands. And then the woodworkers, his name was Theldendrar, and he was our local woodworker. Now no one's here to fix the wagons, no one's here to patch up the roofs, and now his wife and his son, his daughter and son have been, they've all been taken, I guess, by them, and now they're missing. I mean, if they would have moved, I'm sure they probably would have told us if they were leaving Phandalin to go back to where they came from, but they didn't say anything. Their door was wide open, all of their belongings were still in their home, and now that her husband's dead, she's gone, and their daughter and son are gone too. So that's why everybody will talk, but no one will do anything about it.
When did this happen?
This happened a 10 day ago.
And these are known to be murderers and kidnappers, and yet they act with impunity in town.
Well, that's because Harvin Wester isn't doing anything about it. We don't have a military here anyway, so...
Yes. Well, how many are there?
There's probably a good dozen or two. There's quite a few.
I see.
Actually, I think they took Thel, and I think they put his arm in his wood chipper, and then they displayed his dead body in town after he bled to death. It was just absolutely horrible. They even drew X's on his eyes. Oh.
Well, like I mentioned, you're not the first to tell us about this, and we are a group of men at arms, so to speak. That perhaps we can.
Well, I hope there's more than you, little guy. I mean, I don't mean that. No offense.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean,
a group of several.
Well, that's kind of.
And not just me. No.
Okay. Well, I don't know why I keep thinking you're a gnome, but anyway, I know that you're not a gnome, but that's just the DM making an honest mistake. So it's like she tells you, everyone will talk about how they want these red brands gone, but nobody will do anything about it.
We understand they
yes.
frequent the tap room to the east down the way.
Yes, they do.
Do you know of any other place they might be?
It's called the Sleeping Giant. It's run by some
half-orc
wench that's pregnant. She just moved right into town, brought all this money in here, bought the Sleeping Giant, and then all of a sudden she's probably in bed with all of them too. And I'll tell you, it's just disgraceful. Place.
Yes, we have the
should be raised.
Pleasure of meeting Brunhilda, I think it was, in the
bathhouse.
Yes,
her.
That was very, very disturbing. Yeah, I don't think she's aligned with them. She complained about them too.
Oh, did she? Oh, surprise! It's probably just a front, Mr. Franisek. I can assure you she's probably in bed with all of them at one time.
Perhaps, but these red brands don't seem like they would be the type to pay their bills.
They probably don't. Well, they can't afford anything. I mean, they are. The rumor has it they've made a hideout of the old ruined Transander Manor. So that's where they're at. That's probably where that Brunhilda lives also.
Probably.
that half-orc wench.
Well, I think we'll definitely have to... well, the nice thing about us being travelers just coming through is if we get into a scrap with them, there'll be no one to... no reprisals to be made on anyone. We can just go on down the road. So I think we will try to do something.
Well, I appreciate it, and and you seem pretty aggressive. I mean, it seems like you have an aggressive stance on something that you actually want to get done. I don't mean aggressive as in like you're gonna beat someone up and make them look like I've been with Mike Tyson for a round.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of having a little issue myself. As you can see, I did go around with Mike Tyson the other day, and so
yes, I noticed. Was this the red brands?
No.
Scratches on her face.
I want to tell you, yes, it was the red brands, but seeing that I am a person of faith, and I do have high morals and standards, except for when I call a half-orc a wench. Yes, I have had a problem with something. Now, I have superiors at the church back in Waterdeep, and they have tasked me with a very delicate mission. Well, they want me to persuade a banshee named Agatha, and they want me to question this banshee. I mean, come on. Can you really just walk right up to a banshee and talk to a banshee? Well, I tried this. They said it was going to be okay. And I went to this lair from Agatha the Banshee, and all of a sudden, I was just pummeled to death. And I would like to try to speak to this banshee, and there needs to be a question asked about a spell book. And I have a gift here. I kind of had a light bulb. I had a candle go off above my head. And I was thinking maybe I could bring a suitable gift to this banshee named Agatha. And I have a jeweled silver comb here, and I would like to offer this comb to see if she would know the location of a spell book that belongs to a legendary mage named Bowgentle. And I believe, giving her this comb, the silver comb, would possibly maybe flatter Agatha enough to where she may be able to take the comb and answer the question. And I'll tell you what, if you can do this for me, I will offer my services, and I will give you 3 healing potions, and I will give you a vial of holy water, and I'll give you this comb to give to the banshee. And maybe the banshee will ask, maybe she'll answer the question, but I just need to know where this spell book is that belonged to the legendary mage named Bowgentle. And if you can get that answer for me, I would be ecstatic, more than happy. It'll make my superiors happy back in Waterdeep. And like I said, I'll give you 3 healing potions and also a vial of holy water.
That's quite an interesting task. Are you sure she has this information?
Yes, that's what my colleagues and superiors say back in Waterdeep.
Well, I've never actually spoken to a banshee, so it will be a unique experience, I think. And
it was a unique experience, yes.
I'd be happy to give it a try.
Thank you.
Where can I find this banshee? Phandalin's quite a strange town, I tell you.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you in just a second, as she's trying to rummage through everything and trying to find a map. And she tells you that, let's see, it is at a location called the Spider's Web. And this is pretty much off of the Tribor Trail. And she marks a location to the east for you. And let me get the map up again. Well, it's actually not going to be on the Phandelver map, but it will be. It will be to the east. It'll be on the Tribor Trail. It'll be by Coneyberry. So you'll have to go west into the woods, into the Neverwinter Woods, east of Phandalin on the Tribor Trail. I'll mark it on the map for you when we get back to that map. But I will definitely show you.
Yeah, and I'll ask her for detailed description of how to get there, and if there's any way marks or how far and all that. And I'll try to get a good description of the location there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, well, thank you so much, sister, and may tomorrow's luck be with you.
Thank you.
My friends, they're finally coming now. The lazy bums. Thank you. I'll catch up with them. They're finally done.
The rest of us are just squeaking on in the wagon.
It's about 2 days travel from here. It's about 50 miles away.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, and it's to the east. It's on the Tribor Trail, and then at the Coneyberry crossroads, you'll go left, go east into the Neverwinter Wood, and I'll show you where it is on the map when we get back to the map. So here you go, guys. Here's the map. I put that little green pendant on there for you for the Goblin Ambush and the Cragmaw hideout. So over here, where I'm moving the arrow, that's where to the right. See how that little trail goes off to the left of Coneyberry, where the intersection is? That's basically where you need to go to find this witch named Agatha. Well, this banshee named Agatha. So that's where you need to go for her. And you guys are here in Phandalin, so no. All right.
Okay. So let's see. When we come out of the inn, I bring out some food to Squall because I didn't see him there, so I thought I'd bring in some food. I ate some of it though on the way, but I
couple big bite marks.
Yeah. I hand the food to Squall and say breakfast, and then I also say, Squall, I think you should do talking with this lady at Lion Shield Koster when we deliver goods. Her name Lenine Greywind. She runs shop. You carry shop around on your cart. Me think you're kindred spirits.
I guess I can handle that. Yeah, maybe we speak the same language, pack rat.
Yeah, right. So I've gone ahead and I've moved the arrow from the Lucky Shrine down to the Lion Shield Koster, and this is where you have these supplies. And like I told you, there was a huge sign hanging above the front door of this modest-looking trading post, which the sign is shaped like a wooden shield with a blue line painted on it, just like all of the logos that are stamped on all of those stolen goods that you had found. So yes, you do know that Lenine Greywind, she does own this Lion Shield Koster.
Well, let's hurry up with this merchant business we've got ourselves into, gentlemen.
Certainly. So I'll go inside, and what happens?
Everything all right over there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you lose me?
No. Is everything all right over there?
Yeah. Right. So we're staying outside the Lion Shield Koster. I'll go inside and see what happens.
Sure. You walk inside, and like I said, this is early morning, and there's some barrels out there that have swords and crossbow bolts and arrows and rations that are stacked up in a nice pyramid. And you walk in, and this is a beautifully organized place. There is some equipment like there would be at the other place over here, which would be Barthen's Provisions. But you notice that the Lion Shield Koster is mostly armor and weapons and shields and stuff like that. So this is because over at Barthen's there were no weapons. And in fact, I think Barthen told you that Lenine over here at the Lion Shield Koster had weapons and stuff. So, but in the front there's some basic stuff in the front. But she has a back room that has just wall to wall nothing but weaponry and armor mannequins and stuff like that. So, but she does welcome you inside of the Lion Shield Koster, and she asks you if you need anything. She goes, are you looking for any kind of supplies? She says, I'm a little thin right now. I've had a couple of caravans that have gotten sacked in the last month or so. So my supplies are a little short right now.
Can I get a comeliness roll?
Sure. If you want to give me a 46 in the chat and drop the lowest, we'll see what her comeliness is. Lenine Greywind.
You said 46?
46, drop the lowest, yeah. Just pick up. There we go. Oh, she's ugly as a. She's about average. No, yeah. Let's see. She's got a 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, she's scarred up. It looks like she's been an adventurer in the past. So she's got a couple of pretty nasty scars. One running through her eye. Her nose is like kind of crooked and stuff. She's got a couple of teeth missing. But she says, what do you guys want? No, she doesn't say that. She does. She's got a little bit of a gruff voice, and she says, what do you need? Do you need weapons or anything? She's got a very raspy voice, much like most of my women do that I role play.
So I pretty much barely notice her. I'm like a kid in a candy store inside of here, right? So I'm running from display to display and being like, just being almost comatose in a dreamlike state.
Oh, so you've never seen that +6 Holy Avenger before. That's a beautiful sword, isn't it?
It's been on my Amazon wish list forever.
It's on sale for 500 gold. I mean, that's it, just 500 gold.
That's it, huh?
Because I know you guys don't have. I'm looking at the party sheet, looking at everybody's combined gold, and you guys don't have 500 gold, so that's why I said 500 gold.
Okay. Yeah. Mentioning. Did you mention something about being low on supplies due to your caravan being raided? Is that what I heard you say?
Yes, sir. I've had a couple of. I'm not sure if it's the red brands in this town that's shaking down all of the other business owners. I don't know if it's them sacking the caravans, or I don't know if it. But it's happening on the Tribor Trail to the west. So I have no clue what's going on, and I can't afford to pay more guards and mercenaries to protect the product. I wouldn't be making anything on the product if that was the case. So, why, do you have any kind of information or anything like that, good sir?
I certainly do. I believe we may have come across some of your goods that are missing.
Oh, really? She's kind of eyeing you up and down, too. She's kind of giving you the eye up and down. She's really probably never seen an Aragonasi before, so...
Yeah, I'm used to it. You know what I mean? Pretty typical reaction from townsfolk and stuff, so... I tell her, yeah, we've got like a wagon and a cart full of... a lot of crates that we found in a
she goblin. Is ecstatic, man. She brushes up against you as she's walking out of the door, saying, "Oh, excuse me." She rubs her female body up against you. That's all I'm going to say. But she goes, "Oh, excuse me." She kind of grabs your butt going by, and she says, "Oh, I'm so excited," and she. It's not even midnight yet, and we're getting into the ERP. So, anyways. She sees all of the supplies out there, and she's just ecstatic when she sees the Lion Shield Koster, the blue lion painted on the shield. So, wow, she is ecstatic. Yes, she is. She's almost breaking down into tears, and she says, "Oh, this is. I've really been so worried about going out of business and having to rebuy these, 3 times just to get them here, and." I don't know what to say, and she reaches down into her armor plate that she's got on, and sort of in the front she pulls out this sack, and she is counting out some money, and she says, "Please, I want you to take this. I insist on everyone taking this reward money." and she gives everybody 50 gold to split. So everybody gets 10 gold apiece, except for everybody add. In fact, hold on, let me take. I need to take. Who do I have? Okay, I got to take Ironclaw out of the party sheet. My bad. Okay, let me add 10 more gold in here, and then we'll split this up with everybody. So everybody will get pretty much 10 gold apiece, 12 gold apiece.
I'll lean over to Squall and say, "Some lady, huh?"
Yeah, she's got the hots for Squall, that's for sure.
I look over at Laddie and I wink and I'm like, yeah, she's definitely got the goods.
So she gives you the money and she thanks you, and she starts to offload this stuff and stack it up onto the porch of her business. And, you know, she is, like I said, she's beyond herself, and she's so happy. She gives you guys the reward, and she actually tells you if there's anything that, you know, and then she says, if there's anything that I can do to help you guys, please let me know. And then she looks over to Squall and she says, anything. Like that. so
I ask her when the close sign on the shop goes up.
She says, I usually go on break about midday, so midday and then when the sun goes down. She says, I'm here every single day. So, but if you need any kind of arrows, if you need replenishment for sling stones, arrows, anything like that, just let me know, and I'll take care of you. And if you need any kind of weapons, I'll give you a discount. She says, I usually keep everything in stock, including armor, except for plate mail. That's super rare. It's super expensive, and I can special order that, but I can see if I can get some kind of a deal for you or something like that if you want something of that type of quality. But she's got pretty much all the arms and armor and weapons in the player's handbook.
So Wim says, I go where the wind takes me, and it seems it's brought me to you, Miss Grey Wind.
She says, I'm not into furries, actually.
Now, don't misunderstand me. You said anything. So,
I did.
I was thinking perhaps you
I kind
might
of set
have...
myself up for that, she says.
Yeah. Perhaps you might have a short sword.
I do have a short sword. And in fact, one of those scumbags from the Red Brands left it here as a warning when they put they made a mannequin of myself, and then they stuck it to my door, and they used that short sword to hold the doll in. So here. And she reaches over in one of the barrels and she says, here, you can have this short sword.
Really? Did he give you a name with this?
Oh, no. They're all just Red Brands. I don't know the names of any of them. And I really don't care.
I will make sure to give it
names.
Back to them.
Well, I hope you give it back to them in their back if you get what I'm saying. And she kind of winks.
Also, Wim wants to resupply his darts.
Sure. You can replenish your darts. Anybody else can replenish their arrows, crossbow bolts, free of charge. So she's got a couple of barrels of each. So she says, help yourself. And so you guys can go in your actions tab and just unclick all of the ammo that's been used.
Do you have lint roller? This cat hair all over loincloth.
A lint roller.
That's not all.
I think you could probably find a lint roller over there at the provision store. Probably Elmar Barthen has one of those. She says, I'm more into weaponry and armor and shields.
The cat spits up a fur ball.
Oh, nice. So you guys got a reward. You guys got a couple of more too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, without that out of the way, I think we go over to the apple orchard. Is it Elmarth?
Yeah. Well, you guys
anyway,
you guys have Barthen's provisions too. You guys got the original supplies from the original caravan for the reason to coming to Phandalin still to take care of.
Oh, we didn't do that last night.
No, you guys didn't do that. No, but you guys have to go to Barthen's, and then you've also got Sildar meets you too and says, "Hey, good morning, everybody." And he seems nice and chipper, and it looks like he's recovered pretty nicely. He's cleaned up well, sort of like Ron Burgundy on The Anchorman when Robert Trujillo says, "Man, you clean up good." So yes, Sildar's with you guys, and he says, "Oh, we also have to stop over by the townmaster so I can see my old friend Harbin Wester, so I can get you that 50 gold that I owe you guys."
Okay, so Barthen's, then Wester's, then the Ettermath Orchard.
Well, let's just do whatever's closest.
I want to ask the shopkeeper.
Had a late start today, guys, so we need to hurry.
It's like 7:30 in the morning, and Frantisek's already like worried about half of the day being lazy.
You keep looking at your wrist. I don't see anything on your wrist.
I have this little sundial here.
Oh.
If you hold it in the right direction, it casts the shadow from where the sun is. Let you know that the people you're with are slow.
Very good. Very
Wim quickly grabs your wrist to like inspect it. Like, what is this contraption?
I was just joking. Let go of me.
So yeah, which is the closest? Barthen's Provisions or the
Townmaster's
Mayor?
right across the street. Here's where the brown roof. That's right there. And then you have let's see, that's the Townmaster's Hall. Let's see, Barthen's Provisions are, where's it at? I will find it, but I'm gonna make I'm gonna actually give you guys the location to the Lion Shield Koster. So I'm gonna make that green. It should appear on your map. So there you go. It does show up. It's a little hard to see, but you can see it. I'm also going to make the Shrine of Luck visible to you guys, so where you can go in and open that up. Barthen's Provisions is on the very north end of the town. It's up here. So those are your next two locations. So Townmaster's Hall would definitely be the next stop for you guys.
Yep, let's do that.
Okay, so
I'd like to ask her real quick before we leave if she knows anything about a Cragmaw Castle.
She said that she's never heard of Cragmaw Castle. She says, why? Is it a place of importance or significance?
Well, what Gundarin, I believe that's my party members, who he was working, their employer was kidnapped.
Gundarin, the dwarf?
I believe so, yes.
He's bought in quite a bit of mining equipment for me. Is Gundren okay? He's got a couple of brothers too, doesn't he?
I believe he does. We're looking for them or any information. Our information is telling us that Gundren's being held in a Cragmaw Castle. We're trying to figure out where that's at. Nobody seems to know what direction or anything about it.
Yeah,
Can I inside check?
Sure, you can give her an insight check. She tells you that she's never heard of it before. And Laddie, you're like, she's so genuine. But yeah, she's definitely seems like she doesn't know where it's at. It seems like she's being truthful to you also. You had a horrible check.
Okay, I'll take her at her word and give her a link and tell her I'm coming back around lunchtime to negotiate on that Holy Defender.
Whoa, slow down, fella. I don't kiss on the first date. And I don't give out Holy Avengers on the first date either.
We'll see about that.
All right. So you guys head over to Barthen's. Well, I'm sorry, you head over to the Townmaster's Hall. And this is actually a building that is really sturdy. It's made of stone walls. It has a beautifully pitched wooden roof. It's got a bell tower in the back, like I told you. And this is where there's the reward sign that says Orcs near Wiven Tor. And it's huge capital letters that says reward. So the sign also bears the symbol of the town. And it also says see Harbin Wester also. And, Sildar, old Grandpa Sildar, he just walks right into the place, bursts the door open, and he says, "Where are you hiding, Harbin?" and you can hear, "Hey, Sildars, you guys are still out there," or wherever. So, this is Phandalin doesn't have a functioning government. Doesn't have a functioning government, doesn't have a standing military, or any kind of like Night's Watch or Guard's Watch. This is it. This is the townsfolk elect a town master every year, like they do in every other small type of town. And this town master, he's the judge if there's any kind of like minor disputes or any kind of records that need to be kept for the town. They're all kept here. So as you guys walk in, there's a human, he's an older gentleman like Grandpa Sildar, and he's definitely pretty plump. And he introduces himself. Well, actually, Grandpa Sildar, he introduces his friend, Harbin Wester, to you guys. And he says, welcome to Phandalin, the shining beacon of this area. Well, actually, it's the only town, but... and Sildar says, you're just trying to make it sound like it more than it already is. Well, more than it actually is, so... But he says, what can I do for you? And then Sildar says, I need to float a little loan for you because... And then he goes into the story about, being captured with Gundren, etc., etc., etc. So that whole story gets, told to Harbin. And he says, oh, my goodness. So he goes back to the back, and you hear, some like a drawer opening up, and he comes out with a little bag, and he gives you guys 50 gold. And so I'm going to give you guys another 50 gold to split. So you guys get another 13 gold. You guys are rich. So you guys have got, you guys got 25 so far. It's not bad. Not bad for level 2 adventurers. So the Harbin Wester, he says, what can I do you for? And you also notice that there's it says there's like a little sign that kind of points down to some stairs that are going down, and it says jail pointed down, so they have a little serviceable jail in here too.
Well, your town seems to be, how shall I put this?
Hey, Mew,
I have a little
welcome.
bit of trouble with some known murderers and kidnappers that you're not doing anything about.
Can you clarify a little bit more? Are you talking about the red brand problem that we're having?
Well, how many people get murdered here? Yeah, the red brands. I've heard from several of the townsfolk about the murder of a woodcutter and his missing family. And
you heard right. Unfortunately,
they seem to be certain that it's the red brands, but
it definitely was.
There's nothing
the
you
red
can do
brands.
about it.
There's, I mean. I'm sorry, sir. What is your name? He asks you for your name. He gets your name and stuff. And
yeah, Frantisek. Initiative Sander.
Well met, Frantisek. I'm a man that was elected by the people here in Phandalin. He says, I have very limited power. I'm basically a glorified record keeper, and I don't even get paid for doing this job. So put yourself in my shoes. The red brands are shaking down everyone. We don't have any kind of government here. We don't have any kind of military presence here. I'm hoping now that Sildar's here, maybe that he can have some of his colleagues come from the Lord's Alliance to help straighten out this problem. But then Sildar says, well, our resources are stretched. I don't know how long that could take. It could take months. And, Harbin, he's starting to sweat by this point. This guy is like sweating big time. And in fact, his shirt actually has like it's soaked around the middle of the chest area and his neck, because he carries a rag and he's always wiping his face off. And when he hears Sildar say that, he just says, we can't wait months. He says, this is a problem. And he goes into the story about telling you about Thelgendrar again, the woodman, the woodmaker, the woodcarver, with his wife and his 2 kids. And he says, what can I do? He says, I'm in no shape to go bully those red brands around. There's probably at least a dozen or 2 of them. What am I going to do? I can't do anything.
I'd like to do an insight check on him.
Yeah,
sure.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, those are nice rolls, guys. He seems genuine. And in fact, as he's telling you this, he's kind of looking around, and he seems nervous when he's saying this, but it seems like he's telling the truth. It's just that you sense that he is scared. And he says that his life has been threatened. His wife, his children are grown and out of the house, but he says that his life and his wife's life has been threatened. So he's like, I'm in between a rock and a hard place. There's nothing I can do, but they need to be dealt with.
We go talk to leader.
Their leader is some guy named Glassstaff. Nobody's ever seen him before. But that's
Is there any kind of reward that you're offering to take care of this problem?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a couple of rewards actually. First off, I need these orcs taken care of. I don't know if you could take a couple of days and travel east on the Tribor Trail. A lot of travelers and a lot of caravans and a lot of the miners have had a lot of problems either during day or at night, and these orcs are ransacking your caravans. And that reward sign out there has reward written in big caps. I can't tell you how important it is for us to take care of these orcs, and I'm offering 100 gold. If you guys take care, just take a couple of days and take care of these orcs. If you take care of that problem, the miners in the area will love you to death, and I'll give you 100 gold reward. And then Sildar, old Grandpa Sildar, he even says, well, speaking about rewards, I got a couple of rewards that I can also offer you. He says the first one is, if you can find out anything about my colleague Arno, his name is, what was his name? Arno Albrecht. And he says, if you can find out where Iarno is, if he was kidnapped, if he was killed, if he was left somewhere for dead, find out about Iarno. And if you can find out about Iarno, I will pay you 200 gold for finding Iarno. Well, actually, I'll give you 100 gold for finding Iarno, and then I'll give you 100 gold on behalf of all the proprietors here in Phandalin if you take care of this damn red brand threat. So I'll give you 100 for the red brands, and I'll give you 100 for finding out about my colleague Iarno. And then he says, since we're talking about rewards, I even want to find out about Gundren. And if you can find Gundren, I'm offering 100 gold apiece to all of you. 500 gold total. 125. What is it? 4 people here. 125 gold apiece. If you guys locate this Cragmaw castle and you drive off this stupid chieftain or this spider that they call. What do they call that? The black spider. Take care of that black spider. Find me Gundren, and I'll give you 500 more. So there's 700 gold to be had, and then another 100 for the orcs. So that's 800 total. You guys could be rich by taking care of this stuff.
We could get that Holy Avenger. That'd be nice. Nice.
Oh wow. Yeah, you guys, again, just as that, some guy walks in with a beautiful sword, and he says, sir, I have to register this sword in Phandalin. And he says, what is that? And Sildar says, that is the Holy Avenger. And he says, yes, sir, I have to register this. This is a very highly lethal weapon. So I was told by the lady at the Lion Shield Koster to come here, fill out paperwork, and yada yada. So
yeah, looks like he's about to get mugged.
What a dick DM move, huh?
All right.
I had to do that.
I appreciate the fact that you're offering these rewards, and I understand the motivation for that. But I think it's definitely the right thing for us to do to help out where we can. And this red brand issue, and I kind of look at everybody else as I say this, says I think being strangers here gives us an advantage, or they can't take revenge on us. I say we take care of them. We take care of them now.
Yes, I agree with Fancy Pants.
Fancy Pants. I've also made the Town Masters Hall public for you guys as well, so you can read it.
So, Town Master Wester, do you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
couple of questions. One, Gundren Rockseeker. Did you know Gundren? Have you known anything about him? Previous dealings or anything?
I know that him and his brother supposedly had some type of map for the old lost mine of Phandalin, the old Wave Echo Cave. Supposedly, the legends say there's some ancient magical forge there, but I've never been there. But yes, I have known him for a little bit of time, and I think he was registering with the Miners Exchange here in Phandalin also.